Hey guys, another week, which means another Q&A. As usual, I'll start off with the Twitter questions and end off with questions submitted on the previous Q&A videos. First off, I wanted to let you guys know that I am going to Bungie to record House of Wolves footage. This is really exciting for me. I'm going to meet a lot of other great YouTubers there as well, and I really just can't wait to share all the content with all of you guys. Because of your amazing support, the PlanetDestiny community has literally opened the door for me to have this amazing opportunity, and I cannot thank you enough. I'll be sure to give my full impressions on what you can expect and what I think about all of the content that I get to play. I don't know exactly when I'll be able to share the footage, but it will definitely be before the expansion is released. Also, the Q&As and podcasts are now in a playlist to make watching previous episodes easier, so I'll link that playlist in the description. Now, I wanted to start off this Q&A with a frequently asked question, and that's about Bungie's Twitch stream. A lot of you guys have made it clear that you won't be able to watch the stream when it's live due to school or whatever else, and want to know if I'll do a breakdown of what is discussed in our own video, and that answer is yes, absolutely. Generally, as with everything, there will be an article on our site first, since that's much quicker to make. The article will be updated throughout the stream, and a video will be made once the stream is over. Hopefully, Bungie will put a copy of the stream on their YouTube channel when it's done, but regardless, you'll find a complete review of everything that was discussed on our channel as well. And now, let's dive into the questions. Keep in mind that if you don't see your question in this video, there's a high probability that it was answered in a previous episode. Starting off, Calibers wants to know how many sets of in-game gear do you think there are going to be in House of Wolves? I think there's going to be a minimum of 3, that being the current raid gear and the new Trials of Osiris gear, but then you have the Iron Banner gear. There could also be Queen's Wrath gear and Prison of Elders items too. With raid armor, you'll be able to reach the max light level, so that's going to be interesting to see how many people mix and match stuff. I'm thrilled that people will have more options to choose from, because one of my biggest complaints was that people just look too similar, and that was mainly due to Crota's end armor being the obvious choice unless you had some Iron Banner pieces. CSMRL30 asks, if you guys could design a Crucible mode, what would it be? Personally, I'd love a more strategy-heavy and objective-focused mode. A few months ago when Bungie had their open house, someone asked about more objective modes in the future, and Bungie responded saying our initial collection of game types were designed to promote teamwork without putting undue pressure on any one player. But he did go on to say that more complexity and variety will come in time. I just hope that it's sooner rather than later. Calibers asks, should there be non-RNG rewards like getting a certain shader for beating a raid at a certain time? Absolutely. I think more cosmetic rewards are needed. Tying them in with activities such as time trials or competitive things like that would be interesting and a very welcome addition. Galaxy Ninja 25 says, do you think House of Wolves will have new exotic gear and weapons? From what we've seen so far, it looks decent. I actually created a video which has my first impressions of the House of Wolves exotics, but keep in mind that the perks may change, and there could be even more exotics introduced that we don't know about yet. Hopefully I'll get to playtest them at Bungie. Naeem Ibrahim asks, do you think it's unfair that some people won't get the gear from the Trials of Osiris considering that they hate the Crucible? I'd say no, I think it is fair. If someone hated PvE, they wouldn't be able to get the PvE specific gear, and I think it makes just as much sense for there to be PvP specific gear as well. Plus, I think it provides a good challenge for people who aren't as good in PvP, and it will be something to strive for. Quigward has an interesting question. He says, do you think reaching a certain Grimoire should give you something special? Absolutely. I think reaching a certain Grimoire, maybe the maximum at the time or whatever, should reward you with a ghost shell. And I know a lot of people have been asking for more ghost shells. Seems like a win-win. From Fate of All Fools, will Fatebringer die off in House of Wolves? That's a joke, right? No, I don't think it will. With all the weapon upgrades that you'll be able to do, I think Fatebringer will be as strong as ever. Mighty Jake 182 asks, what is Bungie's goal when it comes to incorporating transmogrification? Not much is known about that yet, but I assume it's going to be coming with Comet. As I mentioned in an earlier video, I'm happy that there will be more options in House of Wolves, but it definitely doesn't come close to the options that transmogrification brings. For those that don't know, transmog is the process of making an item look different cosmetically, but not altering its stats. For example, if there was a really cool rare helmet that you liked and wanted that rare helmet design on your legendary helmet, you could change it to look like the rare one. Hopefully Bungie will follow through with that in Comet. An interesting question from yongawamo. What is the PlanetDestiny staff story? How did they end up at PlanetDestiny? So basically, PlanetDestiny started off with just our content manager, whose name is Ryan. He does most of the editing and is behind the Twitter and YouTube account, and everything is sent to him so that it can be reviewed and published. I was the first one to join the YouTube channel, and basically my primary job is to create content for you guys to watch. I also manage the podcast and am basically around all the time to cover Destiny because this is actually my job. Wally, Briar, Tefty, and Papercut each have their own channels, which Ryan noticed, and he reached out to them to see if they wanted to join PlanetDestiny. We all keep in contact and talk about Destiny and whatever else when we're not working on something too. And we're all pretty good friends. There's an About Us page on our site as well, so just be sure to check that out to see the entire full team. Okay, now for the YouTube questions. Remember, if you'd like your question answered, be sure to reply to this video with it, and you may be in the next episode. Hauntingraven asks about customization, saying, do you agree that we need more faces, more hair, etc., and who wouldn't like shaders and camo for our guns? Yeah, all of that would be nice. Deej recently updated his wishlist on the Bungie forums, and I talked about this in another video, but basically, he's making a list of stuff that people want to see in the future. The most recent thing that he added was Guardian facial hair, so I'm sure Bungie is aware that we need more of these options. Gear Toetab asks, when will PlayStation exclusives be available for Xbox? With Comet most likely, which is confirmed to be coming fall of 2015, so sometime around September or October. Holy Cow, I'm on YouTube asks, why is your voice as smooth as sweet molasses? Funny story about that. See, when my parents were first together out in California, they lived really close to LA, and Morgan Freeman happened to be walking by, and just his mere presence appeared to affect my voice in the womb. Desert Raven has a popular question. He says, do you guys think they will be updating or upgrading the faction vendors' armor so that they will be relevant again? This may be answered on the 22nd, but my guess is that only raid gear and weapons will be upgradable. We will get new vendor gear though, but I'd be surprised if the old Crucible and Vanguard stuff could take advantage of this new process. Simone Tommaso has a great question. The gunsmith does not have much purpose in the tower after reaching level 20. Are there any ways to make him more interesting? Yeah, he needs to serve more of a purpose for sure. Anything that will evolve the seemingly lifeless vendors is a welcome addition. On Reddit recently, there is a great post suggesting that he should sell weapon telemetries, and that's an awesome idea, I think. Finally, a few people asked about Fate of All Fools exotic and when I expect to see that in game. So as far as I know, the weapon is currently set to be released with the Trials of Osiris as an exotic bounty reward. Assuming they don't change it, you'll need to perform various feats of skill while in the Trials of Osiris in order to get it, such as completing a match with the highest score and performing killing sprees with a scout rifle, among other things. And that's all the questions for this week. Many of the YouTube questions were actually answered in the previous episode, and some were answered with the latest trailers Bungie released. Once again, guys, thank you all for the amazing support and helpful feedback. It's only because of you that I'm able to actually go to Bungie, and I really do appreciate that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This has been Patrick Casey with PlanetDestiny, your guide to the Destiny universe.